a couple of weeks ago, I was complaining to a friend of mine that I wasn't reaching some of the goals I'd set for myself. I had kind of arbitrarily created some revenue goals for myself, and I hadn't hit them yet. And so I called him and I was kind of complaining that things weren't going my way, or I couldn't figure out which lever to pull. And he was kind of insightful. He asked me if I had any other goals, if this was the only goal I had. And I said, oh, no, certainly. There's lots of other goals. There's lots of lifestyle goals about how much time I get to spend with my wife, or maybe go climbing in the middle of the week, or walking my dog whenever I want. So there's those types of goals. And then there's also, other types of goals and metrics around the business itself, what I'm learning and the kind of people that I'm working with and the division of the types of work that I get to do. And so he said, well, how are you doing with those other metrics, with those other goals? And I was like, oh, I'm killing it. Like those are going great. Like I get to spend a lot of time with my wife. I'm more present in my life than I've ever been. And I'm probably healthier and happier in my relationship to work than I've ever been. So like those parts are going great. And he said, so what you're really doing is you're just kind of focused really clearly on this one goal, this one metric that you have where there's a deficit, but you're not really paying attention to your other goals, all these other metrics. And he was dead on right. And I was a little embarrassed to admit it, but it was true. I was really hyper-focused on one single goal at the expense or in spite of all these other goals that I had achieved that seemed to be going really well. So anyway, I guess, if you're an entrepreneur or a leader that tends to put a lot of emphasis on the deficits in your life, I would encourage you to take a look at the rest of the portfolio and say, where am I doing things right? What else is going on? It's this idea of bringing a sense of equanimity, of fair-mindedness to your work and to how you measure what you have going on and where you're already winning.